So this seemed like a good video to make because all of these new cameras just came out, and this might not have been a good idea. Okay, so I have a major gear envy problem, and if there's a group to help me, please let me know. But I know there are a lot of you that have these genuine questions of when is it time to upgrade, and is this the new camera to get? It's one of the most commonly asked questions I get in the comments. So everyone's situation is going to be slightly different. I mean, if you're using this for business or pleasure, or depending on your financial resources, but I think there are some really good sound guiding principles to let us know, should we upgrade, and is this the camera we should upgrade to? So the first question to ask yourself is, am I done learning? Have I mastered the gear that I already own? A lot of some of my favorite videos were created on a $500 Panasonic G7. It is a camera that I still own today. And the more you learn about your camera, the more you learn how to work within its limitations. So it might not be good at everything. There might be some other camera that's better, but you will learn how to make what you have look amazing. I guarantee you can find people out there that are creating better images, amazing images with cameras that came out 3, 5, 10 years ago. And the reason they're doing so is because they know the gear that they have and they know how to work with the limitations that are there. My recommendation to you guys is to join a Facebook group for the camera that you either own or a cheaper version of what you're thinking about getting, and look at all the amazing images that people are producing with that camera. It's a great way to get to know other people, to learn about the camera's limitations, and to see some amazing images shot with that camera. So while you guys are learning about that new camera, go check out another online learning community called Skillshare. I know you've heard about them before, but you should absolutely go check it out. I think you'll be blown away. You've got thousands of courses from everything: photo, video, design, even business type stuff. I mean, virtually if there is a class you thought about taking, I guarantee there's probably a course on it. So the premium membership will give you unlimited access to some really high quality classes from experts working in their fields, so you can really improve your skills, get some new opportunities going, and most important, learn and do the work you love. I was just watching a video on my phone about a photographer from Joshua Tree, and it was awesome. I could Chromecast it straight to my TV. It's super affordable, guys. It's only $10 a month, but the first 500 of you who click on that link down below are gonna get 2 months free, so go check that out right now. The next thing that people often overlook is usability. Sure, that new gear looks awesome, but is it something that you're actually going to use? And I'll give you an example. Yeah, this thing is awesome, it looks awesome, it takes unbelievable footage, but is it usable for me? It's something that I rarely use because it just doesn't travel, it's so expensive, it's just something I don't always want to fly. You know what I do use all the time? This right here. It costs a fraction of the price, it fits in my bag, and it's something that I can take with me everywhere. The thing to ask yourself is that new piece of gear usable? Just something that's going to help you take your camera with you to more places, to shoot more often, and to do more with it. And if it's not, maybe you should question if you should get that camera, or maybe you should wait until the same technology comes out into something that is a little bit more usable. What I hate is people who have their cameras and gear locked up because they're either too afraid to take it out because it costs too much, it's too large, it's too heavy. All of these limitations that keep you from shooting, it just might not be the right camera for you. So rather than looking at that brand new red camera, maybe you should look at a Canon T7i. Hey, just a thought, and something that you should probably pay more attention to. The next argument that people often make is image quality. Oh, this new camera has so much better image quality, but I'm gonna tell you this, 2 things. It's probably not as big of a difference as you would think it is, and 2, the people that are looking at your stuff are probably not gonna notice. And here is why. Honestly, the image quality between like a Canon T7i, which is $800, and a $1,700, $1,800 new camera, 60 Mark II, is almost insignificant. Most people will not notice it. Even talking things like 14-bit RAW and 16 stops dynamic range, nobody is pushing their shadows and their highlights. There's so few people that are maximizing these crazy image processing sensors and all of these things that we have at our disposal, image quality is probably not as key as you think it is. And the way to find this out is to head on to Instagram and look at all of these amazing people putting out crazy images with cameras that were created 5 years ago and don't have 14-bit RAW and don't have 16 stops dynamic range, and the quality is still astounding. So I'm gonna challenge you on that one. Stop caring as much about image quality. Now, there is a time where you maybe should care, and this is how we're going to address that. And that next one is rent. Most of these cameras here, I do not own. When I need a good project, if I need that medium format camera, if I need that $10,000 drone, rent it. This is the mistake that people make, is when they go buy that gear, they think about that one project that they hope to get. Hey, maybe this year I'm going to need that full frame camera because I'm shooting this, or because I have this wedding. Rent. If you're only shooting 2 to 3, maybe even 4 or 5 times a year on that camera, it is usually less expensive and better off to rent that gear and then buy yourself something that is more useful for your day-to-day. Again, with that drone scenario, the one that I own is that smaller drone that fits with me in the bag, and the one that I rent and only use when it's needed is that $10,000 mega drone. These are the things that we need to think about. Is that camera really important to you, and is that quality really important to you day to day? And if it's not, find yourself an awesome rental company. There's a whole bunch online. There's a whole bunch locally in almost every area. Rent your gear and check it out that way. So for all those reasons not to update, here is the main reason that I would. When will that camera, that lens, that gear get you a shot you would have otherwise have missed? And I'm not talking about a little bit better shot. I'm talking about you would have missed it completely or wouldn't have made it to that location, something really significant. And here's some examples. For a sports photographer, that might mean a better autofocus system because they missed the shots on the last person running at them. For a landscape photographer, that might mean a new wide angle lens to help you capture that shot that you've been missing. For a wildlife and sports photographer, maybe a telephoto lens because your 24-70 isn't cutting it. And for a wedding photographer, it might mean a camera with dual card slots, or that focuses or takes pictures in low light because those are the situations you're in. For some of you, it might even mean a smaller, lighter, cheaper camera that you can carry around in your bag with you always, have in your car, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you're getting gear that is usable, that works with what you're trying to do to help you get a shot you would have otherwise have missed. And then also, don't be afraid to wait a couple months for a great price. I'm always posting deals on my social media page. They pop up all the time. There are sales almost every week on different gear. So be sure to wait if you need to. Take that time, analyze your gear, ask questions from me on social, and make sure that the price you're getting it for and the camera you're getting really does work for that lifestyle. But for all that logic, let's talk about something emotional. We all know that new gear can be very inspiring and can help you do something you might not have already done. So sometimes you just might need to go get something. There are a lot of times that new gear is inspiring to me and it makes me want to do something that I otherwise would not have done. And those are reasons to think about, hey, maybe it is cool. Maybe it is a good time. Maybe now is the perfect opportunity to pick up something new and to see what is out there. Because sometimes new gear is fun, inspiring, creative, and can help you do something you might not have already done, get you off the couch and get you actually taking pictures. So don't ignore the logic, but also think about the emotional side. But most important, make sure that you are knowing your gear, using your gear, loving the things that you already have. Again, hit me up on social if you want me to answer some questions for you on whether or not this is a good time to upgrade. This is a question I get the most often. And go check out some of the links and prices that I have down below for some of my favorites and the best prices that are out there. So thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe and like if this has been helpful for you. Enjoy the gear that you already have and keep taking awesome images.